Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host, Eben, and we're here with my good man, Ryan.
How's it going?
And right behind him, that's his truck. He's got his dog here too. He's been at this fuel mileage game for how many years?
2 years.
What are we gonna show these people?
Show them everything we've done, everything we're doing to just improve the fuel mileage. A lot of it was free, a lot of it was AMSOIL, and then the other things we've done to the truck. When we first started, we were doing 75 miles an hour. We were at 6.9 miles per gallon. We dropped down to 62 miles per hour, got us up to 7.7. That's when I met you.
And that's about a little over a year ago, I think.
A year and a half.
We'll put that video at the end of this video of when we did the oil change.
So then we did the AMSOIL. We put the 10W30 Signature Series in the motor.
All right.
And then we did the fuel additive. Got us up to 8.3 miles per gallon. Just that alone paid for the, I was changing the oil at 15,000 miles, paid for the oil and all the fuel additive. Kind of like there was a little bit of a net positive cost for the oil and the cost for the fuel additive. It was still free and we were still making a little bit of money, but it was a minimal difference. Then we dropped down to 55 miles per hour. That put us at 9.1 miles per gallon. I inflated my tires. We run them at 130 pounds, 9.3 miles per gallon. Next thing we did, we still ran at 55 miles per hour, but I kept my fuel gauge. I wasn't using the cruise control anymore. We were just using the pedal, and we go off the boost gauge. If we're going downhill, we'll coast to that 85 miles an hour, but it's not working the motor. As far as climbing hills, we keep the boost gauge under 15 pounds of boost. So it's slow and steady up hills, but that put us at 9.8 miles per gallon. Over time, you kind of see it fluctuate. It would drop 9.6, 9.5, and all we did was our maintenance, changing air filters, changing oil, adjusting the valves on the motor. Then you jump back up to that 9.8. And we were there forever. Been at the 9.8 for 9.7, 9.8 for about a year. Really couldn't move the needle anymore. That's kind of where I was stuck, and I was chasing 10 miles per gallon forever. And we swapped the tires, put the super singles. The super singles on, it's just one tire on each axle versus having the duals. So these have a lower rolling resistance. That put us at three things at once. So we did this. We changed out the differential fluid, put the AMSOIL in the differentials, both differentials, put it in the front this week, and we put these on. So these are called air tabs. These give you, like, the biggest thing I noticed immediately was the stability. When you're driving down the road and the wind's blowing, you're kind of like swaying the whole drive, especially going across like Wyoming where it's really windy. Stabilizes that much, like you're glued to the road. It's funny because it says it creates like a vortex.
Wow.
And you know, you can't see it. But the other day when I was home, I shot my pressure washer. You can see it. It creates the vortex. See it jump the gap. You're breaking up the wind, so it jumps over this hole right here between the truck and the trailer. Smooths out the wind. It's drag. If I own the trailer, I'm leased on to this company. We own the truck, the trailers are theirs. Me and my brother are both running these. They're talking about putting these air tabs on all the trailers now. That put us at 10.9 miles per gallon. Got 2 weeks of data on that. We ran the first week, that was 10.94. The second week, we're about to release another video on that one, but that was at 10.75. Well into the 10s now. Last week was 30, almost 3,400 miles. The week before that was 30, right at 3,100 miles. Driving over the mountains, we go over 70 into Denver. I'm in big mountains. We're hauling heavy loads, 80,000 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, like like when I came out of Oklahoma, grossed out, like you got to watch your fuel. You can't even fuel the truck all the way up.
What is your usual product?
Right now we have fish on there right now. We haul pork, we haul hay, whatever they pay to haul, I guess. So I was telling you, we did the oil changes at every 15,000 miles.
Yep.
Then we put the bypass filter on.
Nice.
We put the OPS bypass filter on. The only reason we went over that with that one over the AMSOIL one, this one has a heating element on it as well. So it actually deals with liquids in the oil as well. Now what we do is we change this filter, we change the oil filters, do a oil sample, send that in. We do that every 20,000 miles, changing the oil every 50,000 miles. I haven't got a bad oil sample back. I'm still doing them at 50,000 even though it's saying the oil's good. I figure at that point you've got your use out of the oil. Let's just put fresh oil in it.
So soot levels are good, fuel dilution's good, everything's good.
Yeah, everything's coming across great. I mean, even at 50,000 miles. We've definitely got better at changing the oil.
Yeah.
The first one was a disaster. We dumped oil all over the city streets.
We cleaned it up though.
I cleaned it up, yeah.
We cleaned it up.
Yeah.
We would never leave that there.
It was a mess, but Luckily, they had literally just redone that road, so that like the next week when I came back, you couldn't even see that it even happened. I was like, because I was nervous.
What's the next fluids up?
I need to do the. I want to switch it over to the coolant. I just did this. I bought this truck. The power steering always had a whine to it, and I actually took it into the dealer, and they wouldn't cover it under warranty.
That's funny.
They said noises weren't covered under warranty, and I was like, it shouldn't be whining. It's been whining for 1.5 years since I've had this truck. I just changed this 2 weeks ago. I changed the filter, pulled all the old fluid out, and put AMSOIL in there. The whine is gone. There's no whine on the power steering anymore.
There it is. My good man Clinton Kirker, I really appreciate him. He's been on the channel, and we've done an oil analysis, which we'll throw up here at the top at the end of this video, on 80,000 miles on the AMSOIL Signature Series Max Duty Diesel. What is your routine with this fuel additive?
So I got the 16-ounce bottles because they fit. You can't really put the bigger ones in here. I was using a funnel before, and it was just kind of a mess. This stuff smells terrible, so use this, open it up, pour it, it just goes right in there, and then dump it in. You're good. So this, I actually have these bottles. I bought the 5-gallon jug. We just refill all these bottles.
Oh, so that's the secret. So you get it in the bigger bulk.
Yeah, so you get a little better price. Now, this stuff is, like, if you fill that bottle, it's kind of got this little sticky to it.
Yeah, it's got some tack.
Yeah, so it's not the, you got to be careful with it because this stuff's pretty nasty, but.
So where were you keeping it back here? Because I remember Clinton saying
I just got a box.
It was really tough to keep it in the cabin because you don't want to keep this stuff inside the cabin, right? You don't ever want to spill it.
Yeah, you don't want to spill it because it's pretty strong smelling. I mean, I bet that.
So what is this called back here so people know?
So it's just a storage box. I mean, I keep a bottle of coolant, an extra bottle of oil in there.
Got it.
Just rags, things like that, tools. If you got the light on, it only holds 160 gallons. One tank right here, and then you got another one on the other side.
Got it. 160, 160.
80.
Oh, 80. All right.
So it's a total of 160 gallons. So one 16-ounce bottle treats one tank. Coming up on the colder months, so we'll be switching over back to the, 4-in-1 or all-in-one? Or,
yeah, you got it. Yeah.
So that stuff's a little more pricey because you got to double it up, but
sure,
it works. So
keeps it from gelling up, keeps that filter clean. Let's take a look at Ryan's channel here.
So we just got 2 videos up there. Just posted, working on some more right now, but
I love it. And this is the one we shared the other day, this 10.9 miles a gallon right here. Check out this video here in the middle. This is when we first did the oil change. Let us know what your best results are. We'll see you back on the next one. We're gonna follow up again, right?
Cool, man. Sounds good.
Cheers to protection, protection, protection.